So I'm driving down Highway 31, which is a rural area of Western New York State. I'm driving between Rochester and Macedon. Just now I was in Fairport, New York, and I made an arrangement with someone to buy some Beetle collector plates from them, a whole lot of them, for only $100. And I had already bought one from them, and this is a whole series, and it is really a good deal. I mean, I'm buying these plates cheaper than they were when they were first put out. And this lady died, and she left her best friend all this Beetle memorabilia, and the lady is not a Beetle fan. She's not trying to make $1 million on it either. She's just selling it. And I've been trying to buy a few pieces from her here and there. And so now I'm on my way to buy all these Beatles collector plates. And they're basically collector plates with various Beatle album covers or famous Beatle shots. And I'll make a small video about that later. That's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because the Wegmans in Fairport is run by idiots. So I like to go in there because I can use their ATM for just $1.50. Get up to $400 for just $1.50. But I also wanted a Diet Coke. So I said, I'll just get the Diet Coke, which costs more than $1.50 now, which ought to be against the damn law. But Diet Coke's like $2.60. Okay? So I go in there, and they've got 2 cashiers, and the rest are all the automatic cashierless checkout things. And I don't want those because I want to buy a drink and get cash back. I need $100. So I go up to 2 chatty ladies that are obviously there to run the front end. They're the ones that check all the aisles to make sure the cashiers are doing a good job, that the cash registers have enough cashiers, keep the line and the flow moving. So there's 2 regular cashiers and nobody else, and both lines are full up with old people checking out at the speed of a snail. So I said, where are your cashiers? Where are your cashiers? They're like, right there, right there. And I'm like, you've only got 2. Well, you can use the automatic ones. No. I need to use a real cashier. Had I known what was going to happen, of course, I would have just used the damn ATM machine. But I wanted a drink. And I thought it would be faster to do it that way. The way I was going to do it. So this cashier, she's obviously new. She's helping an older person with, one of those buggies that you ride on. And long story short, I'm not going to pick on the old man, but he was really, really slow. I know I'm slow sometimes too. I get that. That's not the point. The point is that she was incredibly slow too, the cashier. And she wasn't old. She was a young person, and I imagine that she was new, and I give her that. There's nothing wrong with being new and taking your time when you're new and thinking, oh, this is an old person, they're so cute, I think I'll help them a little slower. I'm an older person too. I'm not old yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. I am definitely not cute. I am not a cute old person. So nobody will feel sorry for me. And they don't feel sorry for me. I look like a redneck. I get that. Okay? No big deal. I can deal with that. I've been dealing with that my whole life. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is that here I am trying to get through this damn line as fast as I can because I've made an arrangement to meet this person at 12:45. Right now it's 12:30 at this time. It's 12:30 when I'm doing all this. Okay? So I get up to the girl, and and I try to swipe my card, and all of a sudden I realize my money's on the wrong card. So that's not her fault, that's my fault. So I switch my money to the other card as quickly as I can on my phone. Good thing I had my phone. If I had left it in the car on my stand, I would have had to gone back out to the car and get it. And that would have held the process up even more. Or not. Maybe, who knows? Maybe that I'd have done that the second time I went through the line, it would have worked better. But here's the issue. I couldn't get $100. I could only get $60. So she gives me my $60, and I realize I got to do it again. So I reach up, I grab a pack of gum, and she rings it up again. And this time I only wanted $40, okay? Because the first time I got 60. The second time I only needed 40. Why? Well, the reason is, wait a minute. Second time this has happened. Something really weird is happening to me. This is the second time I've started down that road and have ended up somehow on Turk Hill Road. What am I doing right there? It's always a straight shot. I haven't turned. This seriously takes away from the subject of this video. I guess I'm getting old and I'm losing my damn mind. This is the second time this has happened. I shot down 41. I've shot down 31. Think I'm going straight. And all of a sudden, I'm somewhere fucking else. And to me, I've driven in a straight line. So I don't get it. I don't know how I got from 31 onto Turk Hill Road. I didn't make any turns. I just kept driving. Okay. This is the second alien abduction, time loss, incorrect place situation I've had. Ignore all that. Let me get back to my story. So, here I am, going down the damn road, talking to my camera and thinking I'm watching the road and paying attention, and I'm not, apparently. So here's the Coke I bought. 20-ounce Coke for $2.60, and that's at Wegmans. If you stop at a convenience store on the road and buy a Coke, it's $1 more. I don't get it. 20 ounces, but you can buy a 2-liter for the same amount. Problem is, a 2-liter off the shelf is not cold, and you know you can't go down the road swigging on a 2-liter. So anyway, back to the cashier. Second thing, I bought a pack of gum so I could get more money. So by this time, I spent more money doing that than I would have if I had just went to the damn ATM machine. But if I had done that, I wouldn't have got a drink. So she hands me $35, but I don't notice it right away. There's a bunch of people behind me, so I'm in a hurry. I'm trying to get out of their way. I'm trying to get done what I got to get done. And then I move up ahead a little bit. I started counting my money, and I realized I've only got 35. Instead of giving me 40, she's only giving me $35. And I'm like, ma'am, I've only got $35 here. She started to ring up the other customer already. She's like, well, I can't do anything about it. The supervisor will have to come up. The supervisor comes up, and she's one of those chatty, dark-haired girls that I had the issue with in the first place because they were standing there chatting and not getting enough cashiers to the registers. By now, they've added 2 additional cashiers. That's not doing me any good. So now they've got 4 cashiers. I guess they realized it really was backed up, and the grumpy old man was right. So she comes up and she says, I've got to pull the drawer and count the drawer. And I'm like, I thought I was saving time by doing this. I've really got to go. I've really got somewhere I've got to go. She's like, I'll count the drawer, but I'm not doing this. And she puts up her fucking hand like that. And I'm just like, who hired this little teenage bitch to be a supervisor? You know? What happened when adults used to do work jobs like that, you know? The teenagers were the ones on the damn registers. Teenagers and the older people. And the middle-aged people and those above 25, they were the supervisors. So I sat down and I realized there's nothing I can do about this situation except be pissed. So I have to notify the person that I'm supposed to meet. It is now 12:45 at that time, which is the time I'm supposed to be there to meet them. So, long story short, I'd sit there and I'm typing this message to the person I'm supposed to meet. About the time I'm finishing up typing, the supervisor, the brunette chick, she comes up to me. She has like one of those drawers under her arm, you know. She says, here, the drawer was $5 over. And I kind of said, that's what I thought. Now here it is, 31. I'm coming up to 31 right now. I have to take a right to get back on track. I'm at Pittsford Palmyra Road in 31. And I can't see anything unless I turn my whole body this way. And it's at one of these angles where, you know, when I'm looking up the road to see if anything's coming, there are cars coming from that direction. But because of the angle of the road, I can't tell which lane they're in. So I have to wait. I had to wait, which pisses me off because that's another delay. So anyway, back on track now. I don't know how that happened. That's the weirdest thing. Second time that's happened on my way from Fairport Wegmans to CVS in Macedon to pick up some Beetle memorabilia. There's a UFO flying around here somewhere and it's doing that stuff to me. Anyway, I don't believe that. I'm just joking. Anyway, so she doesn't say, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry that happened to you. No, she gives me one of those looks like, you old son of a bitch. You're a crabby old man, and I'm glad this happened to you. I'm glad that you had to sit around and be late to your appointment with the Beetle lady or her husband in order to slow you down, to slow your day down because you're an old crabby asshole. That's the way she looked at me. I want you to know that I never at any point raised my voice. Except to say, where are your cashiers? You have 2 cashiers. Where are your cashiers? It's not really raising my voice like I was yelling at somebody. That was an excited question. Where are your cashiers? That's not really raising your voice. I never cursed. Yes, I acted a little crabby, but I never cursed. I never raised my voice. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm always telling people to have patience, but I had no patience. I had no patience. I was seriously bothered by the lackadaisical, how do you say it, lackadaisical kind of laissez-faire. I don't even know if I'm using the right vocabulary words. I need to look both of those things up and learn how to use them correctly. I do that when I don't know what a word means exactly or how to pronounce it exactly. I will look up the word. I do that. I like ChatGPT for that, actually. You know, a lot of people, including my grandson, that don't really like ChatGPT. They think it's dangerous. They think it's going to take over the world or whatever. Well, maybe it should. Maybe we are not deserving enough to run this planet when you've got things that happen like at Wegmans and a lot of other things which I'm not going to mention because I don't want to get political. But I will say this. I am extremely late. It is 12:11. I was supposed to be there at 11:45. And I feel like they're just sitting in the truck in the parking lot of the CVS saying, "Where's this guy?" I'm sorry. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I really did not mean to be late. I feel like two things happened to make me late today. One, cashier. Two, UFO. I mean, I have no idea why those two things happened to me. And I've got other things to do today too. But anyway, I'm going to drink my Coke. And when I finish my Coke, I'm going to seek out the nearest place to buy a Red Bull. And I'm going to drink a Red Bull. And then I'm going to work. I don't know. Excuse me. 6 or 7 hours until my grandson wants me to come get him. And then got to go get his girlfriend. Take them back to my apartment. And yeah, technically I could go out to work. But you know, the thing is when I get home, I don't like to go back out. So I'll probably only get 6 or 7 hours in today, which is not good. It's not very long. I average 3 trips an hour. And I would like to be able to work more than that, you know. I like to work a steady, straight 24 hours. I mean, not 24 hours. 12 hours. So that's what I will try to do tomorrow. Well, I got to take my grandson home in the morning. I got to take him to school, and I got to take his girlfriend home. And then I can try to work for as long as I can. So that's all for today, folks. Tune in next time for more Fairport Wegmans shenanigans, along with UFO abductions, forgetfulness, memory problems, and old people jokes. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.